four very important critical issues which are staring at our face. One, even the first UPA government promised in their CMP that education spending will be brought to 6%, total education spending, with minimum of 3% for elementary education. At the end of 2008-2009 financial year, it is still less than 4%. So that is a huge gap area which I felt that not only the budget has to be brought to more than 6% because of neglect of more than 60 years of the education sector, but it has to be more than 6% because we have to cover the gap that you have left for 60 years in addition to the 6% that you need right now. And education is one of the most critical sectors. Health budget stands today at around 1% of GDP, whereas the promise was to bring the health budget close to 3%. And public health in this country for poor people is crumbling. All kinds of government hospitals are not government health centers are non-functioning. So that is one area where critically we need to support. The third important area that I'll focus on is the government has done in this year sort of accounting trick by saying we are spending 2.5% of our GDP on adaptation measures, that is climate crisis adaptation measures, whereas in effect there is not even 100 crores given to adaptation. What is being shown is some of the existing social sector spending they are showing as adaptation expenditure, whereas there are large number of people now becoming climate refugees. In the next 10-15 years there will be millions and millions, tens of millions. So we need to allocate, irrespective of whether we get funding from developed countries for the adaptation debt or not, which is a Bolivian proposal which many of the countries are supporting now. Irrespective of that, from the government of India's budget, we need to get large amounts for adaptation to the climate crisis by farmers, by fish workers, by forest people, and by artisans. These four large categories, which constitute something like 75 to 80% of our population, they are quite deeply disturbed or deeply distressed. So, large amount of adaptation funds are needed for help in that sector.